Howdy folks, Chris here from CC Detecting and Scrapping with another quick video in the what to expect when you pick up a basic home computer system. This one's going to revolve a little bit around the communications, so we're going to see what's inside a cable modem here. We already looked at coax cable. For that stuff I just cut the ends off and throw that in a bin. Don't do too much else with it. We also have we got a port hub here. Take a look at see what's inside one of those, as well as a wireless router. So, well, we got a couple things here to look at, so we'll take a look at them and get it going. We're going to start with the cable modem, because that's, basically goes from the cable line right to the back there, and that's how it starts. So let's go from there and just let me get this set up and I'll show you what we got. Okay, so on the back we have usually one little fastener here. You can see we have it sitting there on the post. So we'll just loosen that off a little bit. Just give it a quick spin. Now what this screw does is it holds the metal plate to the circuit board. So I'll just get rid of that. And there we go. Now these are sometimes steel and sometimes brass. We do a quick check on this one and it's steel. So we'll throw that in the tin bin. There's one screw holding it in. I'll just undo that. Just the one screw there, and then it just comes apart. So we're just gonna pry it open real quick. There we go. Now, a little bit of ripping on the bottom there, but there really is not. See, that's what I mean about the screw holding that metal plate in place. So there really is nothing else to it. That's the entire thing. Just one circuit board inside a plastic case. So that's, for me, that is not a recyclable plastic, so we'll throw that out. We have one tin plate, throw that in the tin pile, and then we have one circuit board here. Now on the circuit board, like with all Ethernet and phone ports, or all the ones I've come across now, gold-plated pins inside. This cable also has, I don't know if I can get the angle right, has some gold pins inside, and I'm not too sure, I think that's just the flux makes it look like there's some gold flashing there. Inside the board we have what I do before I throw the boards in my box to deal with later. I just take these off. These are usually tin, and well, there we go, the magnet sucks, so that one's tin. And then we have one on this side as well, and that is also tin. So I usually take those off. I don't have to deal with them later. I just have to deal with the mount that it's on. But underneath those, we can see here we have a crystal oscillator, a lot of monolithic ceramic capacitors, little tiny ones. Same with this one, a couple little bit bigger ones, and we have a gold flat pack. So this would be a pretty good little gold bearing board that we can take apart at a later date. And again, these little buttons here sometimes have silver contacts in them. So let's get this cleaned up and put away, and we'll take a look at the next, we'll look at the 5-port router hub thing. So this is an older one. It's an older D-Link. Comes with the one power adapter. Since we've already taken apart a power adapter in another video, we don't have to worry about it here, but basically you saw what I do with these. Depending on the cord, just cut the end off, smack this with a hammer really good, and then the transformer and circuit board will come out, and then get a couple little brass pins here. This wire, this cord is probably thick enough that I would probably strip it, so it's up to you whether you want to do that or not. Now this is, like I said, this is an older one, so it's probably a little bit better made, or a little higher end. It is a tin case. Now what we have here is, so the one that comes from the cable modem, or basically your modem in general, comes to the uplink port. That'd be just a cable like this, and then from your uplink port we have 5 connections here, which allows us to attach 5 devices to our Ethernet, or to our network, however we're looking at it. To take this one apart, looks like we just have 2 screws right there. I don't feel anything under the sticker, so let's take those out real quick. Got one. and 2. And I'll see if that comes out real quick, or if I'm going to have to figure something else out. Alright, oops. So we got a little bit of separation there now. It's on there pretty good. So that just goes into our tin pile, and then inside, looks like we have a fairly decent circuit board there. So let's grab a screwdriver. We'll pull those. It just looks like 2 screws right here. There we go. And are you just going to come out easily, or are you going to give us a grief? Must be something else holding it still in place there. Oh yeah, blindness. We have one more screw right here. Must be almost time to get those eyes checked out. So there we go. So that is that for those. So now on this, again, we have 1, 2, 3, 6 connectors with gold-plated pins in it. Don't see nothing on the bottom side, but on the top side, you know, we got a couple little circuits there, aluminum heatsink. It looks like it might be on top of a better chip of some type. We'd have to take the heatsink off to see. And that's about it. There's a little bit of monolithic ceramics over there and some resistors. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for one of these. Just they're pretty basic. Like all these things are going to be just pretty much one circuit board with some connectors on it. It's just the how much gold plating, pins, and if there's any connectors, like good connectors. We have a pretty big crystal oscillator there, it looks like, so that's pretty good. I'm not too sure what those are. So anyway, so that's that. Let's clean this up, and we'll move on to the wireless router now. All right, so like with the I don't know, router port there, this one also comes with a power adapter. However, as you can see, that this is pretty. The newer the technology is, the cheaper it's made, it seems like. So we have one power cord, which we'll just throw off to the side. We're going to undo the wireless antenna parts, and we'll take a look at those in a bit. Hold on. These are usually made out of brass. They'll have some brass connectors on here. So like that'll be a brass connector on the outside, and then there'll be type of a little antenna wire of some type that goes up through here. So probably should have shown this on camera. Let's take one of these things apart. Kind of goes like this. This one will go into this end here. So that's how it's attached, and then this goes down there, and then this is on top like that. You can check these with a magnet to see if they're worth taking apart. If the magnet sticks, they're going to be a steel. They're normally a brass though. Alright, so now once we get the antennas off, looks like they might be gold plated, which is good. Throw those in our gold plated bin. This one here doesn't appear to be screws, so we'll just pop it off. And I'm sure it'll come off here with a little bit of pressure. There we go. Yeah, I guess there was some screws in there. So they would be, again, hidden underneath the feet. That's fine. Alright, so I took those screws out, and what I noticed on the top part was that it was classified as a number 7 plastic, which in my area means I can recycle it, which is pretty good. So that'll go into the recycle bag. Just finished taking these screws out here. Pop this board out. And there's some goodies on it. Again, I don't know if you can see on there, right in about the middle of the screen, there's a number 7 in recycling sign. Now on the board itself, it's pretty good. We got one gold-plated connector right there, which attaches to a couple of maybe gold-plated connectors. I'm not too sure. And then we have a type of antenna wire, crystal oscillator. That's the antenna wires right there, fastened to the board. We'll just leave that on for now. Silver button. crystal oscillator. There's probably something good underneath that, but it's on there. And I can't get it off just easily here, I don't think. Oh yeah, there we go. So we'll take that off, and underneath we got so we got a couple of monolithic ceramic capacitors, and not too sure, little tiny chip there. So a couple little copper bearing toroids. That's about it. Not quite an exciting board other than the gold plated stuff. So, and again, we have another jack with the gold plated pins inside. So that about wraps it up, this video here. For a simple video on how to take apart routers and cable modems, I sure butchered the wireless one up pretty good. I gotta pay more attention to where I'm pointing the camera, or when I'm working with the tripod. I tend to start rambling on and moving my hands away from everything, but hopefully it wasn't too bad of a shot. But again, there's really not much to them. It's just a couple screws, and you pop the board out and see if you can recycle the plastic, you can, and if not, then you just move on. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. It's probably one of my worst ones that I've filmed in a while, I think, but we'll see what happens when I edit it. Alright, thanks again for watching. Talk to you soon. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Ciao.